Hi parents, coming to you from our practical life area with our beautiful Jackson Pollock behind me. I'll try to get through this a little bit quickly so I don't take too much of your time. I had a parent request a video on what you can be doing at home to help with the skills building that we're doing at school. My first answer to that is always going to be independence. Anything that your child thinks they can do for themselves, as Maria Montessori said, then let them try. Anything you know they can do for themselves, even if they want to say that they can't or don't think that they can, let them try. Ask them or encourage them to try. My response in the classroom is usually, let me see you try first, then I'll know how to help you best. And so once I see them try, if they do need help, I'm going to try verbally helping them first. And then if that doesn't work, of course I want them to be successful, but I also want them to struggle some. That struggle is so important. It teaches them so much. Just think of that butterfly coming out of the cocoon. Without that struggle, it won't survive. And so we want some struggle, and we're just very careful about balancing that struggle with that feeling of accomplishment, and how to deal with the failure when it just doesn't work out. So those are all learning opportunities for growth, and that's so important at this time because we're building self-esteem and self-confidence and a sense of internal motivation. So also, surrounding the thought of challenges as being exciting and a wonderful thing. Like anytime something is difficult or a child says, I don't want to, usually if they say they don't want to, there's a reason. It's hard, it takes too long, something is behind it. And I can usually say, why do you not want to? Is it because it's difficult? Yes. Oh, you mean it's challenging? How exciting. Let's see how we can do this. Let me help you. What can I do to help you? So that kind of thing. Those are really the biggest foundations that you can be working on at home. Academically speaking, I ask parents not to do a lot of rigorous academic work at home. If a child goes home and has to do rigorous academic work at home, especially at this age, they will not choose to do it at school. That becomes a distraction for other children as well. So even though your child may be learning because you're doing all this work at home, at school they become a distraction to the other children because they've already done all of that work and they don't want to do it again. So I ask that not happen yet. There will come a time, trust me, there will be plenty of time when your children will have lots of academic homework. That said, if your children enjoys playing games that just happen to be academic, which is pretty much what we do in the classroom anyway, is play a lot of academic games that are very hands-on, then what we are mostly working on with most of the children now is listening and becoming aware of the initial sounds. So we do a game called I Spy, and I have a basket of objects. As many of them as possible are only 3-letter objects, like lid, so that there's a very definite beginning sound, ending sound, and middle sound, which is the order that we go in learning. But you can use any object, especially with beginning sounds. It doesn't really matter. It's just some things can get a little complicated when you have blends, but I won't get into that. Anyway, this is a pen, and then we have a little log, and a sack. So I usually say something like, I spy with my little eye something in my hand that starts with the sound, oh, what is it? It's a log. And so we play a couple of different games in that way. You can do it however you want to. Make it your own, just so that we're starting to recognize beginning sounds. You can just point to things in the house as you're cooking dinner and have them tell you what sound they hear at the beginning. And then if they don't know, just give it to them. Just let them know right away. That's not something that, it has to be difficult, right? It should be fun. So once we start hearing the initial sounds, then we'll do ending sounds, then we'll do middle sounds, and then we can start building words once we recognize all of the letters, which most of the children in our classroom already do. And it's okay if you don't, because that's what I'm here for. Couple of helpful hints with doing sound work with your child. When you're doing consonants like this, this represents red. It's a r, not a r. L is l, not l. So do you hear the difference? You don't want to put an sound behind the consonant. It's a not a m. It's a p, not a p. So that's going to really help if they learn the actual sound when they're starting to blend sounds together to build words. And then with the vowel sounds, we don't worry about teaching the long consonant sounds yet. That will come when we learn about silent E. That's a whole complication we don't need right now. We just want to start with the basics. We're just going to do short vowel sounds and just that consonant sound without any extra fluff around it, if that makes sense. If you have any questions about it, I'm here. Please ask. Feel free to ask. I'm happy to share. Again, if you don't want to do academic work at home, I encourage you not to right now. So it is not a problem. We have plenty of time in the classroom to do that. So a couple of other things, just some updates for the classroom. I have posted a calendar outside of the door. You're welcome to look at it. Please understand that all of the things that I filled in on the days is just to give you an idea of some of the things that we'll be doing during the month. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's happening on that day. A lot of the special events, I will put those on the days that we're doing them, but some of the other daily things like books that we read and things that we talk about are going to just happen as the flow calls for it with the children. Maria Montessori always said, follow the child. So if something comes up that's more important, you know, like a social emotional issue or something in the classroom I notice that children aren't understanding, a process or something, then that may take precedence. So just understand that that's pretty fluid. I've also posted a wish list. There are definitely some things in our classroom that you can help out with. Parents have asked what kinds of things we need, so I've put some sticky notes up on a board, and you're welcome to just take that sticky note with you so that if you're out shopping or whatever and you want to pick some things up for our classroom, that would be greatly appreciated as well. And recess. So playground time is now going to be from 8 to 8:30 in the morning. If you are a child who, or you're a family who has signed up to be here at 8:30, you actually have a leeway window time of between 8 and 8:30 to get here. So I encourage you to come between 8 and 8:30 so your child has some playground time. I've found that this really helps the children first to wake up, to get active, to just get everything flowing. It also helps with drop-off so that they can leave you and go play on the playground a lot easier than if you're coming into the classroom and having, you know, that long extended period of leaving them. So hopefully that will help out with that. Then we also go out to the playground again after they wake up from nap between 3 and 3:30, which is the regular pickup time. So they get 2 opportunities now to go outside and play instead of the one that we had before. And what it's also doing is it's extending our work time during the day so that we're getting closer to a 2-hour work cycle, which is in that range of ideal between 2 and 3 hours of work time. That also means that if you're coming in after 8:30, you're likely going to catch us at circle time. And so that interruption of what we're doing at circle and breaking that concentration will happen if you're coming in late. Or if we're already into the work cycle, then you're coming into that concentration and focus time again. So please, please, please do your best to try to get here between 8 and 8:30. So thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know if there's anything else that I can expand upon, and we'll see you soon. Bye.